Hey guys, welcome to Let's Go Catch Some Snaps. And well, you know, one of the things that we have to do when we get ready to, go fishing, especially the middle grounds, is you got to check out your reels. And as I was pulling out my spinning rods, these I haven't used in a long time, as you could tell, I pulled on the string and it moves. And I had to drag as hard as I could put on there, as I could tighten it. And I'm pulling string out. This is not good. So the next thing I found, look at how the spool moves on this. So there's definitely something that went wrong here in this mechanism. And that's why I was having some issues with this. So right now I'm going to loosen this thing. Like I said, I have it tightened at full drag. And this thing is not even, oh my God, very tight here. Okay, I finally got this thing off. I want to see what in the world's going on with this thing. Wow. All right. See what's going on here. Look at this. The whole thing came off. Wow. That is not good what I see here, guys. Let me see if I could show you guys a little bit what's going on here. It seems like the whole body here, for some reason, broke off or something. All right. So we're going to have to take this whole thing apart here to figure out what the deal is with this. I'm probably going to need this part or something. So I'm probably going to have to order that. On the other rod, this one worked fine. And once I tightened the drag on this, as you can see, nice and smooth. And when I tighten it, it's tight, see? No line is coming out of there. But one thing that I want to check in here, and a lot of people don't check this, and you have to check them on rods. All right? When you pull this out, look at the inside, guys. Look at all the string tangled up inside. And as you could see, this base, this little metal thing here is part of the casing. And this one here, as you can see, that little metal thing, right? It's off of it. See how it's loose there? Right in there. Look out, see how loose it is? Because that came off of this piece. I don't know. I'm going to have to take it apart now, guys, and check it out. And on this one, I'm going to go ahead and take out all that string. Obviously, guys, this is something here that was, these rods were given to me by a friend. And obviously, he didn't take care of the reels the way that he had to. And this is the result of that. Another thing that happens to these things is that they do not lubricate the handles. And then they get locked up. But fortunately, these do turn. So I'm going to go through both of these reels. And I'm going to clean them up. And thanks to my friend Joe, he's going to bring me some grease over here. I'm going to grease them up and get them ready. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, let's take a look at this reel. As I was mentioning, you see the actual part here is all loose. And I can see that the thing is moving back and forth like this. And that could be one of the reasons why this drag system on this Penn reel is not, it's not locking the, in place here. So, the first thing I'm going to do, start, opening it up and seeing what the deal is with this thing, See what the deal is with it. I mean, obviously, This thing has been there here for years. Who knows how this guy that had it under me before me treated the reels, you know. But I could see that, you know, I got to pull this out here in order to be able to look in there and see what the deal is. See how I gently pry it here. I don't want to ruin the ball bearing. Let me see. Hold on a minute. I think, yeah, the thing is I can't even hold it because it's, let's see if I can somehow, how I'm able to hold it so that the thing doesn't spin on me. So I could loosen this, twist it to loosen the piece off. And I think I'll be able to do it with a wrench. Hold on. All right, well, if you run into a problem like this, all you need is a number, what is this? A number 9 wrench to put around the actual shaft, and then you twist it here, okay, and you take the, you know, the actual lever assembly out, okay. Once you do that, then you're going to have access to the whole mechanism here of this reel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen the 3 screws here, okay, just like that. And this is great because we're going to be able to look inside these reels and see, you know, how well taken care of them they were, you know. Right. See if I could open this up and give a little tap on here so that it comes right up. There it is. Okay. So here it is. So we're going to pull it up. Okay. This is the top. And then you have this big gear here. See how this goes in here. Okay. It should slide up with no problem. Just got to play with it a little bit maybe, or maybe see how it works here. Let me see how it works here. See if it slides right up. Okay, see. Okay, hopefully it does. There it is. Came right up. Okay, so took the gear out. Seems to have grease in there. Alright, then you have right here, if you look, there's like a little lever here with 2 standard screws here. Okay, and I'm just going to take that off right there. Just like that. Take this one off here as well. Okay, there's a little tab here that you slide up just like that. And then, let's see something. The shaft, as you can see, slides completely out of the mechanism here. Just a little bit, okay. So you can see I took the whole thing out. It came out with the whole shaft and everything. So the first thing we need to do is analyze what happened here, guys. And I could see the nut, I could see the little metal plate. All right, and then I'm going to look in here, and it's got the locking start and everything in there, as you can see on the front. Turn this. Well, let me take the reel out of here so you guys, I don't have to be, you know, messing around with this rod here. All right, let me take the reel out. This is what happens. This is why you have to be on top of these things, and why a lot of people, you know, you go fishing and then you don't check your stuff, and you get out there and find out that your reel doesn't work, and now you're hooked up to a fish and you got big problems. All right, so you have your little star wheel here. This is your clicker and everything else. We're going to you know, let me go get my my penetrating oil here, and we're going to spray this down. I have a I'm going to be using my Corrosion X HD, which is a heavy duty grease, you know, on it. And you know, that's going to be great because this is going to lubricate, not only prevent it from rusting, but it's also going to lubricate it against, you know, any rust in the future, okay? So anyway, we're going to put this in here like this, and we're try to get it so that we get it right here. Okay. Then there's a certain way that this has to go in. Okay, hold on. So I think it goes just like that. Yeah. All right. This is not all the way in yet. Okay, because if it went all the way in, right, this tube thing would come all the way through. Where the nut can be there it is. Okay, it's still not all the way through. So what I'm going to do, just to make sure that everything here is working out fine, I'm going to slide this back here. See how we can do this here. Okay, and let me see if this has some, let's see how this goes in here. Okay, so this should go just like that. See it? Right in here. And this piece, see if I can slide it out of the way. See? All right. All right, guys, so you have to align the little notch thing on the back with the actual piece on the front of this reel. Then we're going to tighten this up now and see if it tightens up or if it's stripped, or you know what the deal is with this. 1 second, tighten it up right now. Okay, let me tighten this up. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me make sure that this is in here and tight, because I don't want it to come loose ever again, especially from the middle of a fight with a fish. Okay, so I'm just going to grab it here and oh, all right, that looks pretty tight here. All right, so see how it spins, Then I'm going to check it for wobble. A little bit of wobble, not much. See if it locks here. Let me take a look at this one, see if it has a little wobble too, or if it doesn't. Yeah, they all have a little bit of wobble. Alright. And see how it locks now? It's locking here. You can hear it. And then it locks. When I do it this way, it releases. Then when I put it this way, it goes ahead and it locks. So that's working fine. So we're going to clean this up a little bit. Okay. We're going to clean this up a little bit, and then we're going to lube it. I'm going to make sure that this shaft is properly lubed, okay? Just like that. Alright, now, if you notice, this has got a little notch on it on one side. The other side is round. So you want to put that notch facing up, slide it through, in through the gears, and all the way through the, just put the notch, align the notch with the, where the little plate goes, okay? So, little plate, clean it up a little bit. It's got a lot of stuff on it. Want to look at it. Okay. So we're going to clean up a little plate here. And we're going to put it right in the middle where that slot is, just like that, okay? And you're going to slide it up and down till that little plate gets to where the little, where you took out the small screws that go on there, okay? So you line up the little screws on there, just like that. Okay. Then we're going to tighten them down. Going to get the other one, and we're going to do the same thing to it. Okay, you see the little, now when I move this, right, well, I'm going to show you how that works in a second. Okay, so the second thing that we're going to install now is your actual pinion, okay? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to clean the pinion out a little bit, and we're going to put some new grease in there. We're going to inspect the pinion while we got it out to make sure that we don't have any teeth here that are, you know, broken or anything like that, that's going to at some point hinder this reel from performing the task that it needs to make. All right, so I'm going to clean it up as best as I can here. Okay, let's take all this oil, well, sorry, grease out of here. Try to clean it out as best as I can. Take all this stuff out of here. Okay. Look at that. Look at all that old grease on there. Take it off of the gears. Okay. And let's get it all out. Just like that. We're going to clean it all up. Okay. All right. That looks pretty good. All right. So I'm going to use some marine grade grease because my buddy Joe's not here. He's coming later on, but for right now, you know, I need to do what I got to do. So I'm going to use some marine grade oil in here. And then I'm going to spin this here. Okay, as you can see, spin it till this falls right in the actual gear, you know. And you can see how that's working out. Okay, so. Okay. And then when it goes in there like that, all right, see how it spins. Okay. Great. All right. So I got that in there. All righty. So now you have a bearing that goes on this side. It's a sealed bearing, so there's nothing you could do with it other than, you know, if it goes bad, kind of stuck with it. But anyway, it's a sealed bearing, so put this in here. Get your little knob that we took off, okay? Just to lock this in place here, because we don't really need to mess with that anymore. Okay, just like that. Okay, once you tighten it up, you're going to try it again, make sure everything spins here. All right, then we're going to get the other side here. It's got another sealed bearing in here. And I'm going to get a little bit more grease and just throw it in the shaft and everywhere in here. You know, make sure everything's got enough grease. Okay, and I'm going to put the other piece with the other bearing right on top of that, right? Then I'm just going to tighten the screws up. Yeah, I'm going to wash my hand, clean my hands a little bit, so that way I could use the screwdriver properly. All right, guys, let's take a look at this. This was a reel that we had an issue with. You know, when we tighten up the drag, it wouldn't hold. And I showed you that we had a part that was completely off. Okay, I mean the actual nut did come completely off of it. So anyway, so this is it. See how easy you move it? Okay, well, now that I'm tightening it, it should get hard enough where I can't turn it at all. So let's see what happens. Look, I can't even turn it now. So now the reel is performing correctly. One other thing that we want to test, guys, we want to test number one, how the ratchet works. You can hear the ratchet, how smooth the reel is now. And we're going to take the ratchet off and see, reverse it and see if it does reverse. Let's put it back on. See if it locks back in and the ratchet comes on. Perfect. Right. Ratchet off, ratchet on. Perfect. So this reel is 100%. It's already 100% fixed. The next reel we have that we're going to be working on is going to be this reel here. I think this is one of them. It's a 6.0. Hold on. Let me just make sure of what these reels are. They're both Penns. Okay. So what we're going to do with this, number one, since we had a problem with the other one, we're going to make sure, and I suggested each and every one of you that has a Penn, check and see if this nut is tight, because that is what caused the problem on the other one. Okay. This one here was the one that had all this line in between the reel. So what we're going to do to this one, the mechanism was working very well. So we're going to lube it. Okay, that's all we're going to do to this one. Put a lube in here, just like that. And on the top, right around here, in the thread, and the top as well, you want to get some of this nice grease in here, just like that. You don't want to get any on the actual drag washer there. All right, so we're going to spin it so it sucks it in there, just like that. See, spin it, and it spins real well. Even though it spins real well, I am going to do something to it right now. You guys are going to see, but first let me test and make sure that the drag does work well on this one as well, which it was before, so I don't see why it wouldn't work now. All right, there it is. Let me see if it locks up. There it is. Completely locked. All right, so this one is working well too. Loosen up a little bit. You don't want your drag to be completely locked up either. Okay. All right. Great. All right. So I'm spinning it to get all this line back in here. Okay. Then I'm going to loosen this up. Okay. And I'm going to hold this here, the front, and take the handle off. All right, got a little seal here. Watch out, you don't lose that. All right, and I'm going to open her up just like I did the other one, and check and see. Remember, these reels were not mine, guys. So, you know, I need to inspect just about everything in these reels. We're going to change the lines too, because I don't know, you know, how the lines are. Okay, and we're going to give it a nice wash after this. Okay, and we're going to clean up the rods, get them all ship shape for the fishing trip. All right, hold on a minute. Take off this here. Okay. I mean, did I need to open this up? I probably didn't. But you know what? I'd rather be safe than sorry. When when I get out there fishing and find out that the thing does have an issue. Okay. So again, we're going to check it out. Take out the, see, this is kind of dry in here. See that? Look how dry that was in there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put some of the oil in here on the gear. See, I'm glad I opened it up, because now I'm able to put some of this wonderful oil in here and on the bearing itself. Okay. Which is great. There it is. All right. So I got it in there now. Got the oil in there. Like I said, these are sealed bearings on the top, so I'm not really going to mess with them. If it went bad, I could always order a new one and replace it, but I don't have a problem with those bearings right now. We're going to go ahead, we'll tie it, go and screw it down again. Alright, great. This is just maintenance that you do, guys, on your reels, something that you have to do at all times, especially if you don't want to lose any fish. Alright, so we're going to... And I don't want to lose any fish. You know, I don't, listen, some people go fishing because, you know, this is their sport and all this. This is not my sport. Well, it is, but, you know, it isn't, because I only go fishing because I love to eat fish. So I don't want to go out there, guys, you know, and I don't want to lose fish, you know, especially, you know, that's what I'm going to eat. So this is not like a sport thing for me that I'm going to catch fish and release and all that. No. If I'm going to go out there and fish, I'm going to catch me a fish that I can eat. You know, bring it for dinner or something. And nowadays, with, you know, I remember back in the 60s that I used to fish with my dad, and you were able to catch, you know, quite a bit of fish. Nowadays, you're lucky if you could come home with 5 fish. You know. Some people only go out and they can only keep 1. Saw the other day a guy who was talking about he could only keep 1 fish. That's ridiculous, guys. You know. I mean, what do you do if you have a family? I guess, whatever, you know. But, I'm gonna, if I go out, like I mentioned, I'm gonna go out and catch some fish. Just hold it here, turn it hard, and put your little tab on here. Alright, now we're going to try it out and see how that works. Alright, there we go. Okay, make sure that all your locks, and there goes your off, on, and that one's ready to go too. Now we're going to do the final process, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the Corrosion X. This is the red one. It's not the heavy grease one. Okay, so I'm going to grab this thing, spray on that reel on the outside, all the little linkages and everything, you know. This is expensive, guys, but, you know, everything is expensive is for a reason. And more than likely, it's because it's good, you know. So you want to spray the reel, just like I'm doing here. You don't want to get that liquid anywhere you might have missed, you know, in the linkages, everywhere, okay? I'm going to let it sit there for a little bit and let this thing work on it. And then I'm going to clean it up and change all the line. Okay, just like that. Okay, there it is. All right, so you got it. All right, guys, so let me just show you what I did. I cleaned up the rods. Look at the shine on those babies. And I've reconditioned the reels. And look at this. Look how nice this thing. Look how the bail works and everything. You saw how the guy was before. Look how smooth it is. Look. Then I could take off the clicker if I want. Right? Put it on. The reverse. Perfect. The reel's working 100%. We're going to change the line soon. That's going to be another segment. Check out the other one. This is the one that had the piece that was broken. Okay, locks up. That works. Backs and forth. remove clicker. Perfect. Let's see how it spins. Perfect. So guys, that's a way that you repair your Penn's spinning reels. Stay tuned. Like and subscribe. Let's go catch some snaps.